that was probably the worst race I've ever seen. Let's be real. Unless you're a biased McLaren or a Lando Norris fan, probably you all are a bunch of biased Norris and McLaren fans. Worst race we could have had back after the summer break. Absolute snooze fest, as you could have told. And before I was like, oh, thank you, blah, 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 blah. No, I know, you're just delusional. Simple as that. If you thought that was a good race, you're delusional, and you don't understand what, I don't even want to call it a race. It's a disrespect to the word race, to what racing actually is. I'm actually going to watch a good race later in IndyCar, actually, what you call racing, not a parade for 72 laps. So, let's talk about the absolute snooze fest. I feel like I've said that a lot recently, because every race is a snooze fest. At the Dutch Grand Prix. And people say Max Verstappen's dominance was boring. It's not even dominance. This is the first dominance race and it's boring. And it's worse than all of Verstappen's combined. Simple as that. Let's just get straight into it. Let's just talk about qualifying. Let's get this 8 minutes wrapped up with so I can then go on and do something better with my life and talk about this crap. But as you can see, Lando Norris, obviously, as you can see, took pole in the McLaren. Cool, nice, well done. Cool, you have a good car, you finally done something. Max Verstappen second, actually did well, considering that a god-awful car. Oscar Piastri third, cool story, Piastri should have done better. Good Russell actually did well for Mercedes. The only good thing Mercedes actually did this weekend in fourth. Sergio Perez actually turned up, was fifth. Charles Leclerc for Ferrari was nowhere. Well, Ferrari were nowhere really, compared to where they should be. Fernando Alonso, 7th, Aston Martin, not too bad, always doing well in qualifying. Alex Albon was 8th, as you can see, as a DQ. I don't know why I put DQ, not DSQ. Was disqualified for having an illegal flaw by, all they had to do was just shave it a couple of bits, and it was fine. So that ruined their weekend. Lance Stroll did well for Aston Martin as well in the top 10, and Pierre Gasly goes well at Zandvoort, finished P10 for Alpine. You can see out in Q2. Carlos Sainz was knocked down Q2. Was trying to do that all weekend, being nowhere after obviously having issues with practice. Lewis Hamilton had a stinker, kind of got karma for impeding Sergio Perez. That's what you get, was 12th. Yuki Tsunoda, RB, just there. Don't think I saw RB once this whole weekend, 13th. Then you have both Haas cars of Nico Hulkenberg and Kevin Magnussen, both, well, Hulkenberg having brake issues the whole time. Magnussen did end up starting in the pit lane, so that was pointless as well. And yeah, Daniel Ricciardo not doing what he needs to be doing. If he was a Russell seat Ricciardo, that's the last thing you need to be doing is getting knocked down Q1. Although he has absolutely sucked at this track. If you go back to Ricciardo's previous Zandvoort records, I think it's like 12th and 17th or something. So it's not surprising. He was 16th, and then Esteban Ocon was 17th. Ocon really just was nowhere compared to Gasly weekend. And then you have both Sauers just chilling at the back. Valtteri Bottas, Joe Guan Yu, just happy to be there. And obviously Logan Sargent didn't take part after his crash in practice. The only good thing really that happened this weekend. So that was qualifying, wrapped up short and sweet. Let's talk about the race. As you can see, Lando Norris won by 20 miles, probably 23 seconds. So the biggest gap in the season. I don't even know. I think it's quite big as well. That included Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, by the way, and it's worse than that. Sums up. I had faster lap on the final lap of the race. I wish it was the final race. Take the fastest lap, winning the race. Cool, nice. You finally won a race. Did bottle it, so well done, Lando. I have nothing against Norris. It's just this race. There's reason. It's not Norris. It's this race. So yeah, good job for Lando. As I said, Max Verstappen did well, considering Red Bull are just nowhere right now. So second isn't too bad. Charles Leclerc actually delivered. I don't know how Leclerc didn't get drowned today. I mean, I know why, because Norris fangirls voted. That's why. Charles Leclerc finished third, getting a podium in that absolute god awful. Well, we actually ended up being a good race for Ferrari, considering. So yeah, podium for Leclerc. Oscar Piastri. I think people are not talking about Piastri race, to be honest. Like, people got about Perez had a stinker, finishing sixth. He's quite way off Verstappen. Piastri had a stinker. No one is talking. Why is no one saying Piastri had a stinker? He had a stinker. 27 seconds off his teammate with the best car. Stinker. No one's talking about it. Carlos Sainz, good race of Sainz. How again? He wasn't even in top 3 of the drive of the day, finishing in 5th after starting at 11th. Actually overtook at this track, something that not many people could do. Sergio Perez finished 6th, of course, for the Red Bull. Only 17 seconds off his teammate, not too bad, considering. George Russell finished 7th. Mercedes, for whatever reason, pitted him twice. Threw away a P4 or a P5. So, threw away 4 points. Gave an extra 2 to Red Bull, so nice one, Mercedes. Well done. Finishing 7th. Lewis Hamilton, 8th. That was the best he was going to get when started back in wherever, in no man's land. Yeah, Gasly, best of the rest, I guess, in 9th. Was one lap down, got a couple of points. This is good right Zandvoort. And Fernando Alonso was able to sneak in a point. Aston Martin 10th, one lap down. Also, I don't know what Aston Martin always do this, by the way. Aston Martin qualify in the top 10, then strategy, they always go to lap 40 something, wait for everyone else to pit, get undercut, then they come out, order all this traffic, and by the time they have the tyres, they've used up all the, by the time, I don't know what I'm saying, I can't speak English right now. By the time they've used up the good part of the tyres, they're P12, and they only end up finishing P10 instead of P8 when they should be finishing, so they never learned Aston Martin, at least they got a point. Cool, nice one. Nico Hulkenberg finishing in his favourite position in P11. ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. For once, actually had a decent race. Didn't do anything. Didn't see him at all. I actually did see him once. I may have saw him once at the start. And that was about it. Finished 1 lap down. Last Stroll. I actually did finish ahead of Ricciardo. We had a penalty for speeding at the pit lane. One job. The only incident that happened this race. Alex Albon recovered from being in the back, the shadow realm, to finishing 14th. Esteban Ocon was just happy to be there in 15th. Likewise, Logan Sargent went from, what was it, 18th to 16th, so again, cool. Yuki Tsunoda, solid. Why did I get what were RB doing? They put on a 2-stop. Why would you go on a 2-stop at Zandvoort? Hey, it's Zandvoort. 17th, nice, great. Kevin Magnussen, 18th. We actually went off into the gravel. No yellow flag. I guess we don't have yellow flags for gravel traps now. He finished 1 lap down. Then both kick Sauber's, Valtteri Bottas 19th and Joe Guan Yu 20th, 2 laps down. They were just happy to be there. So I don't even know, yeah, that's just... Kick Sauber were horrendous, by the way. To be 2 laps down and, just nowhere. As Joe was, half a minute behind his teammate. Yeah, Kick Sauber not looking good for them. It's not good for them. 19th and 20th. And that's that. Imagine waiting 4 weeks, having a good break. Oh, excitement, F1 is back, just to deliver that. It's Bahrain all over again. The first race was horrible. Waiting all winter for F1, just to have a stinker. And then we wait for Zandvoort after the summer break, and it's a stinker. We got Monza next week. Surely Monza, I say that. Monza was terrible last year. Monaco was better this year. Monaco was actually a good race, considering. I don't know why I talked about Monaco. Monza was terrible last year. Surely it can't be terrible again this year. Please, have something happen. Have some sort of racing. I don't like saying racing, because this wasn't racing. This was a parade. I would rather have had a 72-lap safety car race than this. It would have been more interesting. Right. Also, off topic, they need to fix the radios. The team radios and the interview, they can't work mics, apparently. They've got the volume on minus 50. You can barely hear anything, so... What are you going to do? In terms of the championship, Norris is 70 points behind Verstappen, I think. So, it's still, Norris has to win every race, and Verstappen has to finish to have any hope of winning the championship. That's not going to happen. I still think Verstappen will win the Drivers' Championship, I'm going to say that now. McLaren are going to dominate the Constructors. McLaren will win it by Mexico. That's not what's the last no? It goes Abu Dhabi, Qatar. They'll by Vegas. They'll win it in Vegas. There we go. Well, this one they might win in Mexico, to be honest, but I would say they'll win it in Vegas. Gasly, the only move in the championship was Gasly going above Behrman. Took him long. It took you about 15 races. But he finally done it. Well done, Gasly. You're going above Behrman. Finally, Behrman getting knocked down the pecking order. Back to it. I try to think actually he's 15th in the F2. Is he you might be the same position in the championship for both F1 and F2. It wouldn't surprise you, to be honest. But yeah, what are you going to do? I can't be asked. The last 6 races, well, that's when we had the last 6 races. Canada was the last good race, in my opinion. Austria, cool, the last 20 laps were cool, but the first 50 laps was nothing. What was after Austria? No, I missed Spain. Spain was before that. Spain was terrible. Austria, don't know about Austria. Britain was decent, I'll give it that. Hungary, if it wasn't for Lando Norris ignoring team radios, it would have been dead. Nothing happened, and Verstappen flying in the air. Belgium. What happened in Belgium? I don't even know what happened in Belgium. Russell won but got disqualified, so that was pointless. And then we got this piece of crap. So, I don't know if yeah. What's the point? It's just, yeah. And even the results just stand out, to be honest. The top 18, top 8 cars, and then the rest. What are you going to do? There was one moment coming out the final corner where 5 cars were next to each other. That was cool. But about the 10 seconds we saw of them, Albon saying Magnussen drove dangerously. What Magnussen was doing was going around a corner. If driving around a corner is dangerous nowadays, then sure. Yeah, I just miss old F1. I miss where there was incidents, there was drama, there was actually overtakes, you had incidents, you had drama, safety cars, there was actually interest. This is just nothing. Nothing. So, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I think I've waffled enough now. I think about 8 minutes, so I think I've waffled enough. If you somehow enjoyed this race, leave a like. If you did, if not, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. This race, but the pain that we went through watching this race, just leave a like. Make yourself feel better. I will be back next week, obviously, with Monza. There'll actually be something to talk about because we'll have F2 and F3. Obviously, it's not the final round, nowhere near the final round of F2. The final round of F3, title decider. That's going to be a lot of fun to see who actually wins that. 2 Italians going against 2 Brits, realistically, for the championship. So, it's a 50-50 chance that an Italian wins at the home race. Obviously, Antonelli expected to be announced for Monza as a Mercedes driver for next year. Obviously, I might also talk about it. We had Carlos Sainz announced for Williams and Jack Doohan announced for Alpine. So, it'll be interesting to see how they do next year. Doohan back in, what did Jack doing? Racing in F1. Could be good. It's like at least 2 Australians and a New Zealander expected to be on the grid next year. A Kiwi. Obviously, with Liam Lawson was announced that he's going to drive somewhere in F1 next year, so you can have them. And then if Ricciardo gets Perez's seat, which at this point is not looking good for that, it would be 3 Australians. So yeah, that'll be interesting. They said 5. I don't know who the 5th one is, but unless Bottas classes as an Australian nowadays, which I don't blame him. He's got a rocking a stick mullet, to be fair. So yeah, and then obviously, yeah. So F1, yes, and then there's no other. No, yes, just F1, F2, and F3. Then obviously after that, Baku will have F1 and F2. And then after that, I'm gonna be in hell for the next 5 races, trying to someone drag 8 minutes out of those next 5 races after that. So yeah, that's gonna be it then. I've definitely waffled enough now. I've got to go do something better. I'm going to actually go watch some races later on in IndyCar. So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, all that. Check out these videos here. We'll see anything else on this channel, and subscribe right there. And I'll see you on the next one. For a good race next time. Hopefully, some sort of race. Till then, bye guys.